Hey guys, this is probably one of the most personal videos that we have ever posted. You guys know that we do a lot of DIYs, but this conversation is probably more
for grown folks. So if you want to get your beverage and sit down and
let's chat. I want to bring you guys up to where we are today, but at first we got to back up just a little bit.
The reason why we wanted to make this video is to share some of our personal life changes that have happened, one of our biggest decisions, and also how that affects our channel content moving forward. So we're going to go back to December 2022, and as I was just getting the kids off to school, I was about to run to the store to get some food for dinner, and this is what happened.
So imagine being at work and getting a call from an unknown number, and that number just keeps popping up on your phone over and over and over and over again. You know, eventually you start to think it must be serious because they keep calling. So I answered the phone and it ended up being a paramedic. She told me that you were in an accident. She told me not to rush to get there.
Yeah, see, I was too busy crying, so I don't really know what happened. What was really crazy about the whole thing was that I was in a turn lane when you have that extra lane that you go in to turn left. And I was just waiting there. It was early in the morning and it was a lot of like early morning traffic. So I'm waiting and I see two lanes of oncoming traffic. And then all of a sudden I see a truck going into that turn lane, that middle lane.
That's where you were.
Where I was. So he was just coming really fast into the lane.
Head on towards you.
Yes. And so I pushed on the horn like, hey, why are you going so fast and why are you in this lane? And before I knew it, he
hit you.
He hit me head on. Turned out he could have been rushing it. Who knows? But what we do know is that we couldn't talk about it this whole time. And we wanted to share with you, but when you're in like a accident of that type and you are on social media, they advise you not to put any pictures, nothing about it.
We couldn't do a video on it.
Nothing about it.
Don't talk about it at all.
When I got hit, I'll just say this. If anyone has gotten in an accident, I really felt like God was protecting me, and I had to tell you, and I've been wanting to share this with you this whole time, but I couldn't. And if you see the accident, I did not get hurt the way that people usually do in that accident. Yeah. And I'm going to tell you, I really felt like there was these angels of protection or something. What's that movie the kids watch, Hero or something with the little inflatable thing that protects you? Is that Hero?
Yeah.
It might be.
That's Hero.
Anyway, I felt like a heavenly hero was helping me. And so I was stuck there and I couldn't move. And then I heard the back door open up, and it actually was the driver of the truck
that hit you.
That hit me. Yeah. He came out of his vehicle and pulled me from the front seat to the back seat. I heard him say that like he was so sorry, and
you thought that he actually
I thought he kissed me like he was trying to
coddle you or something.
Yeah, like help me. It was like a really weird situation.
He was truly upset. It was actually, you say guy, he was like a young boy.
Yeah, I mean, maybe like, in his 20s.
He was 23, I believe.
Yeah. What was weird is the airbags in his truck did hit him in the face and affected him. Yeah. And literally all the bags engaged in my truck and nothing damaged my face. I felt like I was hit, but it was like there was no scars.
Usually something like that happens and you'll have something that causes the windshield to come right through. Yeah. And it didn't happen. It was
really interesting.
Yeah, so God really saved my wife for that, and I'm grateful because for that day was a terrifying day for us. I'm on my way. I'm trying to get to the accident because the paramedics told me to come, and she specifically said, don't drive fast because we don't want to have to go to your accident.
And they asked me, when they were examining me in the ambulance, they asked me, did I want to go to the hospital in the ambulance by myself? And I was like, no, I'm going to wait for my husband. I don't care what happens. I'm going to wait for my husband. He was able to get off and come get me and take me to the hospital.
Yeah.
So I think we mentioned about my father passing, and
well, he passed the week before.
Yes, but the funeral was that Friday or that Thursday or something. I can't remember. Of the accident was maybe on a Monday, and I wasn't able to go to my father's funeral
because of the vehicle being totaled.
My condition and the traveling that we would have to do to get to the funeral.
Yeah.
So it impacted me more than I could imagine. They gave me like some muscle relaxers and different things that you go through when you're recovering. But the combination of that with the sadness of my dad's passing, I think it was too much. And
it was a lot.
We told the doctor, I can't take those. That's too much. Because I was literally just laying in bed.
Yeah. You were sore.
I was sore. I couldn't move. Yeah, upset, sad. Like all these feelings that kind of like messed me up for a little bit, for a while, like just physically and emotionally, because I was afraid to drive, and it was like within 5 miles of our home. So I'm passing this place every day. It was interesting because we felt like at that time we were just hitting a momentum with the channel, with projects. We were just like ready to go. We were really, really happy. It just seemed like this accident was...
The accident took the wind out of it a little bit, because now I had to look after my wife and just make sure she was okay, because this channel is called DIY Power Couple.
Right.
It's not called DIY Dude. So...
DIY Daires.
Yeah, DIY Daires. So I had to definitely look after that, take care of the family. Now I'm doing...
Now we don't have a vehicle.
Yeah, we don't have a vehicle.
So it was several things. Yeah. I'm down. We don't have another vehicle. The kids were... It just was a lot.
This is another thing that started happening, which was kind of weird, was we started seeing people driving on our side of the road towards us.
All the time.
And that was weird.
We felt like we were being attacked.
Yeah, it was an attack on us, because I said, why are those headlights like on our side of the road?
It seemed like since that day, we would keep driving and vehicles would just come into the lane and then swerve out or come back in head on, and it was always head on. And then it kind of multiplied the situation because my kids were active, and then we would have to go pick them up, and I usually was that person, and I didn't want to drive, and my husband had to drive me a lot of places, and I know that was taxing on him,
but I would do it anyway.
You did,
because I would do anything for her. He
was so great, and I thanked God for my family.
We just want to say that we do pray for you guys.
Yeah.
We are a praying family, and we put it out there like that. We do. Yeah. And we're thankful for your prayers, because we see you guys talking to us in the comments, and you're constantly saying, God be with you, and you don't even know
that we needed that.
Yeah, what was going on. So
we want to thank you for that. This whole accident, the reason why we can say it today is because it just settled. Yeah. So 2 years later. That's how long it took. Yeah. And so we just wanted to share that with you. Now we're getting into 2023. Right? Is that where we are yet? Because 2024 was wild too. So 2023, trying to get things back together. We had to get another truck. A good thing happened is when we got our sponsor, or we got a partnership with Samplies. Yeah. And the reason why this was so good for us is because we were waiting to be with a product and a company that kind of aligned with us. Yeah, definitely aligned with us. And we were like, it's peel and stick, it's paint, it's a great, our DIY type of vibe. Like, it was great. And it's a company that manufactures here in the United States. And I'm not saying that to spill it. I'm just saying that that lined up with us, and it was something that we didn't even have to like reach out to. And so that's a good thing. The reason why my mom couldn't come to help me while I was in the accident is because she had been taking care of my stepfather. He basically needed round the clock care.
While she was taking care of him, we noticed that the house was actually going down a little bit. The people that they had come in to do work, they weren't doing quality work.
Like Daires said, we noticed a lot of things were not being tended to in the house because my stepdad couldn't do it anymore, and she really
She needed help.
Yeah.
We went up to Virginia, is where she lives, and we had to fix that deck before it fell apart.
If you have older parents and you know that they can't take care of their house as well, there's a lot of DIY projects in that. We helped with
the dishwasher.
The dishwasher video. That was like a couple years ago. We helped with that, and the vents, helping her change out light fixtures, just different things that can help update that sometimes our senior family members aren't able to do or need a little help with.
That's why they have us.
Yeah, we did appreciate our DIY skills for that.
Yeah, I'm glad that we actually learned some things with you guys on this channel, and we were able to apply those to the house that they lived in.
Yeah. Then my stepfather passed.
Yeah.
And
that was a big challenge. That there was a lot of things that happened, and when his death took place, it affected my mother-in-law, her mother, and
our kids.
Because my daughter was close to him, and it just was a lot.
Now, with my mother, I am her only child, so that's like a lot of pressure and
a lot of responsibility.
A lot of responsibilities. When he passed, there was concern about her welfare and her safety. So that was like 2023, back and forth on the highway, trying to get a car, trying to get a vehicle. Daires is doing a lot of the driving. Couldn't say anything about this, wanting to work with a new sponsor. And then 2024 came. Came in hot for everybody. There was a lot.
After Kat did what he did.
No. Are you going to say that?
Yeah, it's like, you know what I'm saying. After Kat did what he did, look it up, what Kat said. One of the good things that happened was that we came together with your mom, and
we had a family vacation.
Yeah.
We went on a Disney cruise, and it was so much fun. We would highly recommend that.
That is one of the best cruises
for a family.
Yes, for a family.
Hands down. Especially if you have different ages, and they accommodate everyone. And
the treatment is fabulous.
Yes.
You feel like you're the only person there. The food is great.
Oh my goodness.
You get so much food.
Yes.
That it's just ridiculous. So,
and I think everyone needed a break. It was kind of like a cheer up. Hey, let's be together. We've gone through a lot these past 2 years from that point. Let's just, have a good time. And that we did. In that trip is when we all noticed a little change in my mom. Physically, she's great and very healthy. But just, forgetting little things or getting confused maybe about some things. We never really noticed it.
Not before.
To this extent before.
Yeah.
And that caused us to have a discussion as a family, which brought us to the point of making one of the biggest decisions of our lives.
So we decided to uproot our family and move from Georgia to Virginia.
The opportunity presented itself, and then we had to decide to go forward.
We said to ourselves, what other state would we want to move to? That's one of the questions that we actually talked about before having a discussion with her mother.
With prayer and discussion, talking with the kids and everything.
Now, the kids didn't like it at first.
No. Kids don't like.
No, they didn't want to be uprooted
like
from their friends. They still have family in Georgia.
Yes.
You were born in this place, raised in this place. That's all you know. It's kind of difficult for some people.
Yeah. So we are now here in Virginia.
Yeah.
Not only just move from Georgia to Virginia, but to move in together with my mother, his mother-in-law, and become a multi-generational family.
Yeah.
Now we have 4 generations living in our home. And I think
5 people, 4 generations.
What was the definition of multi-generational living? Well, do you remember what it was?
I'm not sure the full thing, but we have it.
So a lot of people were wondering, like, how does that feel for my husband?
To be the son-in-law moving in with his wife, his children, and his mother-in-law. It's a different experience.
What's a pleasant surprise and what's funny about all of it?
It's not really a surprise. I mean, it's been happening for years.
Yeah, well, maybe you guys didn't know, but my mom and husband have a great relationship. So she usually says, yeah, my son-in-law and his wife are coming to visit.
Yeah. It's the son-in-law and wife.
She's like, he's really like the son she never had. That would probably be the only way that this could happen. And believe me, there were a lot of conversations. We are transitioning.
ING.
Transitioning. We're still going through that. And
I know you said it. I just wanted to put an emphasis on it.
Yeah. And we're excited actually about multi-generational living because there is definitely pros and cons to it.
You have to develop this hierarchy, I guess, in understanding of people's roles.
Now we are finding a lot of people are choosing to do this just for
saving money,
shared resources,
yes,
the cost of living,
protection,
wanting to be with family members,
having that communal household or living. It really helps a lot of people.
That kind of moves us into what our channel content will be. Of course, it will be DIY projects, and it will
also be multi-generational living. So we're going to do some multi-generational projects.
We have to convert one room that was a dining room into a bedroom.
Yeah.
We're excited about this next chapter in our lives. All these different things we were navigating while we were having a whole life going on.
Because we're still a family, a husband and wife with kids.
Yeah, and so we were doing that, and we're getting comfortable. As soon as we can unpack every box, we're still unpacking, but we're going to keep sharing with you, and we invite you again to be with us.
At the time of this video, we have just reached 70,000 subscribers.
And we just want to say thank you. Thank you so much for being on this journey with us. We hope that you will share our content and this channel with other people that you know so that we can grow to 100,000 subscribers together.
So all we can say now is you can DIY too. Thanks, guys.
See you soon.